Hello Bomb Bakers, welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, I share lots of delicious homestyle recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today we are going to be making matcha cookies with white chocolate and almonds. These cookies are going to be so tasty. They got that bitterness from the matcha, that creaminess coming through and sweetness from the white chocolate, and then you get that crunch from the almonds. I can't wait to share this recipe with you, so let's get to it. These matcha cookies are beautiful and soft baked, and then they've got that little bit of crispiness on top, which I think is the perfect cookie. Matcha at the moment as well is a huge trend. There's so many different recipes with matcha in it. I personally really love matcha. I love the flavor of it. I love that savory bitterness that comes through. So this recipe is a really nice way to have a bit of best of both worlds, a bit of the sweet and a bit of the bitter. I'd love to hear if you like matcha or not. It's a bit of a love-hate one. Some people absolutely adore it and have it all the time, whereas a lot of people just can't stand the flavor. So let me know what you think about it. If you don't know much about matcha, I do recommend that you do a bit of research and check it out because it is full of health benefits. It's also a really nice slow release of caffeine, and it's full of antioxidants, and anything that's got that beautiful green color, you know it's probably good for you. So let me show you what you are gonna need. So we have some white chocolate chips. We have some flaked almonds over here. I've got some flour, I've got some white sugar, some brown sugar. I've got a whole egg and an egg yolk. I have some melted butter, and I have some matcha powder. Look at that color, absolutely amazing. For the full recipe to download and print for free, head to lebombaker.com, and I will also include the ingredients in the description box below for you. So for this recipe, you've got options with your matcha. If you don't like matcha so much, but you do want to try this recipe, I'd suggest just going with 1 teaspoon of matcha powder. I've got 2 here for a well-balanced matcha cookie. And if you love matcha and are obsessed with it, then you can go for 3 or 4 teaspoons of matcha powder. Now let's get straight into it. Go ahead and grab your flour and your matcha. So straight into a mixing bowl here. Grab your whisk and grab your matcha powder. Now whisk this to combine it. I love the smell of matcha. It's like a green flower bomb as I'm whisking here. This can now go off to the side. And grab another mixing bowl here. We're going to add in our butter. The butter has been melted, but it has been cooled. So now we can add in our egg and our egg yolk. And both of your sugars can go in as well. Now give this a good whisk to combine. Beautiful, check this out. Now it's time to combine the wet and the dry ingredients. So this will be our bowl of matcha flour. So go ahead and combine that. With a wooden spoon, give it a stir. Now check it out as this is all combining and coming together. The color has really changed. It's gone that beautiful, dark, like tea green color, which is, you know, where matcha originates from. So that's why this gorgeous color is coming through. Looks fantastic. So now we're going to add in our slivered almonds and our white chocolate chips. Like that. So this has formed a nice dough-like texture. Now I really like the color combo of the green and the white. I think it looks really pretty, but if you wanted to use different nuts, you can do that as well. You can use different chocolate chips as well if you like, but the white is really, because white chocolate's so sweet, it really does help to balance out the bitter. Whereas if you're gonna go with dark chocolate, it would be bitter and bitter, if you know what I mean. So that's why this is a really well-balanced cookie. Time to get scooping. Now I have a baking tray here lined with a little bit of parchment paper. Found myself a cookie scoop. If you don't have a cookie scoop, just use a regular spoon. And what I'm going to do now is start to put them on the tray. As you know, I like big cookies, I like big muffins, so we're going to go with big cookies again. Before we put them in the oven though, we are going to put them in the freezer, and we're gonna let that butter solidify, and it just means that when we bake them, it's gonna be a more even spread. Whereas if you were to not chill them in the fridge or freezer for a little while, you may get a little bit of the butter run out and really crispy edges and soft center, whereas this is gonna make it nice and soft in the center and then beautiful golden toasted on top. I have my matcha cookies here and they look like little green monsters. Before I put them in the freezer, I am going to flatten them a little bit. So you can do this with a wooden spoon or with the back of a spatula. And I'm just gonna try and press them down a little bit. They will go down more when they bake. However, I just wanted to, because they're so thick, I just wanted to push them down at this point. And it'll also bake it more evenly. I like to tidy it up as well. If you've got any funny bits poking out the side, just try and smooth it all together, and these are gonna be perfect cookies. Don't they look cute? Now these need to go into the freezer, as I said, 15 minutes. Let them chill out. While our cookies are chilling out in the fridge or freezer, we are going to preheat our ovens now. So 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and get that heat going. Okay, these have been chilling out in the freezer for 15 minutes and now they have done their time. They are ready to go into the oven. So we're gonna bake these now for another 15 minutes. Just check yours as they go. They might be 12 minutes, they might be 15 minutes, they might be 16. So see how you go. While our cookies are baking away, you know what time it is. It's the perfect time to share with you all a positive quote or a mantra, and I like to do that in the hopes that it might inspire you or make you feel good in some sort of way. So today the quote that I found for you is, make a list of things that make you happy. Make a list of things that you do every day. Compare the lists, adjust accordingly. And that is a quote by Dallas Clayton. I really like that quote because sometimes you end up doing way too much of one thing and not so much of something else. So make your list, have a look at where you want to spend more of your time, and see if you can make even just one adjustment every day to do more of the things that you love doing, like baking and eating matcha cookies. And now, back to baking. Ah, they smell so good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I have taken out my matcha cookies after 16 minutes in the oven, and I know that they're ready because they're gonna continue to cook. I do want that nice soft baked cookie, not too crispy, but when the cookie starts cracking open a little bit, you know that it's ready to take out of the oven, and that's how you get that really awesome cookie texture. So you can see here it's cracking, and that is perfect. They're gonna continue to cook, as I said, so now we just need to be patient and let them cool for a little while to solidify that base. Another way that you can tell that your cookies are ready to take out of the oven is if your little white chocolate chips are going a really nice golden color. They look lightly toasted. Not all of them will be like that, but some of them will be like that. And I just think they look amazing. This green color is really interesting. And then you have these little bits of the flaked almonds popping through with that gorgeous white chocolate. I can't stop looking at the color of these. I just love the green. These are really eye-catching. These cookies are really fun as well, and you don't normally see a green cookie, so it's gonna get a bit of attention. It's time to eat one of these bad boys. They have cooled and they're still warm, so it's time to eat our matcha cookies with white chocolate and flaked almonds. Wow. These are amazing. I'm gonna break one open for you so that you can see it. Check it out. So they are, even though they don't look it, they're actually nice and crispy on top. They're lightly toasted, so they're beautiful, and they've got that really nice soft bake center. I particularly love the flaked almonds. Now, a lot of recipes are just matcha and white chocolate for cookies, but I really do think that adding that flaked almond just gives it this really nice subtle pop, and a little bit of nuttiness comes through that just complements the bitterness and then the sweetness of this cookie. Cookie Monster is back. I cannot stop eating these. These are amazing. So not your usual cookie, but these are really top shelf. I reckon it's a new age cookie. Give it a go. They're absolutely delicious and you're gonna love them. The flavor is so well balanced and it's something a little different. Matcha, white chocolate, almonds is a matcha made in heaven. If you have been thinking matcha's not really for you, I really do recommend that you just give this recipe a go. Honestly, it's incredible. I really hope that you love this recipe. I know that if you give it a go, that you absolutely will. And if you do like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell as well because I have a new video coming out every single week. Thanks again, and I'll see you again next week.